So, you got my money?
Ladies and gentlemen, what up? It's PGA Championship Tournament week. I'm here with Sammy Stats. We're talking golf. We're talking all the bets. We're talking all the odds. We're probably going to talk Michael Block at some point because I think we have to, even though I don't want to, but I think we have to.
I think we have to.
Yeah, as always, joined by our golf betting analyst. Is that the word? Sammy Stats?
One could say. How we doing?
Dude, we're good. It's crazy because there's always it feels like such a short amount of time between the first and second major. Like, I don't know if you feel like this, but I already want time to slow down. Like the Masters flew by. Now we're already on number 2. And then after this weekend, a week from now, we're going to be looking at it thinking, shit, there's only 2 majors left. Like major season just flies by so fast. The amount of time between them goes by even faster. So
no, I agree. I mean, that's just golf. The golf season's quick. When you play an event every weekend, it's like, dude, you just start running out. And I kind of wish they spaced the majors a little farther apart, but it just is what it is. You finish a major. It seems like just yesterday the Masters completed with Scotty winning, and now it's like here we are, PGA, and then shortly after that, we'll get our next 2. So I mean that's just the season for you.
At least last year we had the Ryder Cup, but that was such a fucking disappointment that I don't even feel like it was a benefit getting that extra big tournament in the fall. But it'd be nice if like the last tournament of the year fell in September, October, and I get why they do it because they want to boost the Tour Championship being like the final thing, but it's never going to compare to a major.
Yeah, no, we're lucky to kind of get that like extra, at least as golf fans, to just try to get that extra tournament because every other year it switches. So this coming fall, we're going to have the President's Cup, and then the next fall Ryder Cup, and then so on and so forth. So we do get kind of that like 5th major per se that we like to talk about. It's a fun little deal.
Yeah. Now let's talk favorites. Let's just dive right into it. I mean, who do you like, Stats?
Yeah, well, if we're talking favorites, it's hard to miss Scotty Scheffler, right? He's 5-1, and rightfully so. He's winning every big tournament, whether it's a major or whether it's elevated events. It seems like every Sunday he's up there, and most of the time he's in first place. So it's really tough not to pick Scotty here. With this layout here at Valhalla, 7,700 yards, par 71. There's only 3 par 5s, one of the longest courses that these players will play at, period. It just totally fits Scotty. He doesn't miss many fairways. He's a savant with the irons. Short game's pretty superb. He can chip in from anywhere. I mean, it seemingly does not have any holes in his game, and there's a reason he's 5-1. It's like taking that favorite horse in the Kentucky Derby or whatever. Well, he's probably going to finish in the top 3. Well, this is
to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right. This is a similar spot here. Scotty, it sucks, right? You don't get any value on him. There's X amount of golfers in the field. What is it, like 120 or something? It's a big field, and a guy's 5-1. But shortly come the weekend, we'll understand why, right? I mean, I totally I just can't see a world where on Sunday he's not on the first page of the leaderboard. So it sucks, but I'm going to take one of my 6 picks is Scotty at 5-1. It's again, you're not going to get much value there. You're probably not going to make a ton of money, but making money's better than losing money. So, we'll take it.
Yeah. Did I see John Daly already just ripping darts, driving around in a little cart? Does he get a cart? Is that a thing? Does he get it all weekend? I saw him in the practice round rolling with the cart.
I doubt it. It. But if he does, that's brilliant. It's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still convinced Tiger would win he could win another, maybe not a major, but at least a PGA Tour event if he was allowed to have a cart.
I agree. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, especially for those older guys. I mean, half the battle is walking 18 4 days in a row, not including like the practice rounds and stuff.
Dude, especially at Augusta too. Like back, we talked about that in the Master Show, but like when they put the worm, like the camera on the ground, like the worm's eye view is what we call it in the film industry. When they put the camera, the worm's eye view, you can see all the hills and all the dips and turns, and it's just
brutal.
Yeah, like people think that playing golf is hard enough, but having to walk like 6 miles
a day
while you do it.
Yeah.
I mean, thank God they don't have to carry their own clubs. Like in high school golf, we had to also carry our own clubs, which, like if you don't have strong shoulders or a strong core or strong legs, like that's going to wear down on you.
Right.
But so let's talk about this though. Number 2 in the odds, the second highest, Rory. That one's hard to ignore. Outside of the obvious that he just won Wells Fargo last week by a pretty astounding lead, dude, did you see his personal situation right now?
His personal life's impressive.
I'm pulling it up. So keep this in mind, folks. For those who don't watch golf regularly or have been following all the stats, Rory hasn't won a major in 10 years. It's probably one of the biggest stories next to LIV and PGA. That constant battle is like, will Rory ever win again? He's supposed to be one of the greats. He had all the potential. He was on game shows, hitting, clubs and hitting balls in washing machines on Irish TV when he was 2 years old, the whole thing. But he hasn't won a major since 2014. 5/21/2014, Rory breaks up with Caroline Wozniak 3 days after sending out their wedding invitations. What was this, like 2 months after that, he wins the British Open. Then about a week after that, he wins the Bridgestone. Then a week after that, he wins the PGA. And then he hadn't won anything really since, outside of the Scottish Open and some other tour events, like maybe 2 other tournaments. No majors. So 5/13, which was 2 days ago, files for a fucking divorce. He's divorced. And he's playing a similar golf course to where did they play last week where he won Stats? Very similar course.
They played at Quail Hollow.
Quail Hollow. So they say that if you were to compare Valhalla to another course in the U.S., the closest one that's tour quality is Quail Hollow. So between him playing great at Quail Hollow, a similar golf style or a similar golf course style, and this divorce thing, it's kind of hard to not at least take a look at him.
For sure. Yeah, no, I
know you like to bet a little more analytically than that, but for those of us out there who are just like, I think the universe is trying to tell us something, the golf gods are trying to put something in our lap. I mean, this would be, dude, if he does this, like the divorce thing is nuts. He's going to have to basically, for the rest of his career, pull a Taylor Swift. Start dating women and start marrying women just to divorce them so that he can continue to succeed in his career, which is kind of what T Swift does.
Yeah. No, I trust me. I got him on my card. Not only did he win last week, but you throw in all of this personal life stuff and the history that has came behind it. You just have to take him here. He's long off the tee, which you need to have here. He's accurate with his irons, pretty decent short game, coming off a win. Then all of this stuff comes out in the media. I mean, it almost feels like destiny. You absolutely have to take him here. And I understand, listen, he hasn't won a major in 10 years. There's hardly any value. Who knows if he's going to be able to even be in the top 20 come Sunday. I think he does. I think he's been playing actually pretty damn good. And then you throw all this with the media stuff. I mean, you have to take him here at 8.5 to 1. I don't see how you can't. And also, he's won a major at Valhalla before. We've seen that he's had success at specific places. He's a 4-time winner at Quail Hollow now. Yeah. He's won at Valhalla. it's something about a golfer and having some success at specific places in their career. I don't know how you ignore them this week.
Yeah, I've never done this on StreamYard, so if this looks like shit, we're gonna try something new. We're gonna share our screen here and share this Valhalla scorecard. Can you see it?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so they're obviously playing from the golds. There's not a 450-yard par 4 is fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's not crazy. I mean, they play 500-yard par 4s at Augusta, but then you have a 600-yard par 5. You're right. It's definitely a long course. So, you got to have that distance off the tee, and Rory's the guy. Yeah, Rory, Scotty, the long bombers are gonna obviously have the advantage there.
And the other thing that we saw on that scorecard is that there was four par 5s on that scorecard. They're not playing 4 par 5s this week. They're playing 3 par 5s. And also, I think it said like 7,300 yards. That's been tipped back to about 7,700 for the tournament.
So this scorecard's out of date.
So it's even longer than that.
The hell are you doing, Flop Shot Fred?
And they're just going to have to really, put the ball in the fairway. The rough doesn't look very enticing, as it never is on major golf. It's going to be interesting. But again, if you have length off the tee, even if it means pulling 3 wood just to hit a fairway, he can put the 3 wood 310 yards. If need be, he has that in his bag. Not a lot of players do. Again, Rory 8.5 to 1. Again, odds aren't great, but it's those are what they are for a reason.
I could see those two in a final pairing, locking down, one on Sunday, and it could be a total coin flip.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I
would still take Scotty over anyone on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he's 1 or 2 strokes back, just because he's a cold-blooded killer. But
cold-blooded killer.
Rory kind of did that last week. I mean, it was him and Xander was up 2 through 7 and lost by 5. I mean, that's a separate conversation about Xander, but at least like with Rory, he went 5 or 6 under on the back 9. So
2 eagles, couple of birdies in a 6
bogeys.
Bogeys on Sunday at Quail Hollow. I mean, it was exceptional golf from Rory.
Masterclass.
So, he's playing good. It's definitely hard to ignore him this week. I would not be even the slightest bit surprised if he shoots a 7 under on Thursday tomorrow, and it's like, okay, let's go kind of thing.
Yeah, or he'll do that, and then you'll bet on him to his line for Friday will be like -2, and you're like, oh, he shot 7 under yesterday, he's gonna do that, and then he'll go like 1 over, and then Saturday he'll shoot like 9 under, and then
I know.
That's kind of the Rory experience.
Oh yeah, 100%.
All right, here's a question for you, Stats, from John here. Do you like Xander going into this weekend at all?
No, I don't. And it's one of those deals where he's been playing pretty solid, right? So a lot of people would think that, maybe this could be his week, but he just, for whatever reason, he'll play really solid on Thursday and Fridays, and come the weekend, he'll just play even golf. I mean, we saw it last weekend, right? I mean, he's got a 4-shot lead going into Saturday. He loses by 5. We've seen it over the past at the Players Championship.
Yeah.
He was kind of in the hunt there. He was in the hunt throughout really the whole tournament, but then he just kind of stalled on the back 9, making a lot of pars.
The Masters, right? Was it the Masters where he was?
I don't think it was the Masters.
What am I thinking of?
The Players. The Players.
The Players is what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
So, would I be surprised if Xander played well this week? Absolutely not. But I just don't think he is cut out for major golf. But I don't know. I mean, if you have it, you have it, right? So it's one of those weeks where If he starts, playing really well on the weekends, he could be a big threat for sure. But as far as the guys I'm taking, I'm leaving Xander off my card. Xander falls in the same boat as Cantlay too.
Yeah.
Great golfers, but just I don't think they really have it coming down the stretch.
Plus 135 top 10 for Xander is not. I think that's your best play. I mean, he is due to win. So if you really, if you keep hammering it, I mean, he's 14-1 right now. So this could be it. Maybe it's not. I mean,
it's not. I will say there's a lot of worse bets you can make than picking Xander all day. Especially at this course. Xander, he hits his irons really well. He hits his driver pretty damn accurate too. His short game's there. He can putt. There's not a lot of flaws in his game, so I definitely do not blame you for picking Xander. If you do go with Xander, the odds tell us that as well. But I just worry about his weekend play.
He needs to turn into a killer on Sundays. He doesn't really know how to do that.
Yeah,
he can coast, which works if you're up like 7. It's like, just make pars and don't make mistakes.
100%. If he's up that big,
when you're only up 2 strokes and you have a Scotty or a Rory, tight on your tail, like you got to make birdies, which I can't imagine being in that position of you have to play so well that like birdie is the new par to survive. It's just insane. It's just,
I know, it's crazy.
Just the level of skill. It's just nuts. Like when I make a birdie, it's like, let's all do fireball shots. And it's like it's the best feeling in the world. Whereas for them on a Sunday, it's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You have to do that to keep some of these other guys at bay. Brooks plus 1,400. He's not a bad option. I mean, he's a defending champ. This seems to be just this and the U.S. Open are like prime Brooks tournaments.
Yeah, no, I got that. Kind of leads me to my next. Brooks is on my card. He's one of 6 golfers I have to win this tournament. I got him 17-1 earlier in the week. It's nice. He's down to what? What'd you say? 14-1, 15-1?
14. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like him a lot. How could you not like Brooks Koepka in major championship golf? The other thing about Brooks is he's coming off a win. I know it's the Live Tour, and you can say whatever you want about the Live Tour and how hard those guys try and whatever, but a win's a win. And he's clearly striking the ball well, but if you throw all that out, it doesn't really matter. It's Brooks Koepka. It's major championship golf. He won the PGA last year. He's just a killer. He's an assassin. And it's hard for me to ignore him at the 14-1 price, even still. It's something that we've seen 5 times now in like the last 6 years. He's incredible. I don't know how you could ignore Koepka this week. I really like him. I think he gets out to a good start, but again, he's another player. He's got good irons, a pretty good driver, and it just kind of fits the build for this course.
Yeah, for sure. Who else do you have on your card here? I know you talked about Max before we jumped on.
Yeah. So Homa, correct, 33-1.
Yeah, let's hear this.
What I like about Max is that although he's kind of been a little shaky in major championships, he's been playing pretty well this year. He was top 10 at the Masters, which
that's who I was thinking of earlier.
It was kind of his like get over the hump at the Masters. Like he kind of proved to himself that he can play major championship golf. He was in a lot of stressful situations, and obviously you got to give it to Scotty for taking over that tournament. But I really like Homa here. I honestly don't know why it's 33-1. I think he's a fantastic golfer. He's very, very accurate with his irons, especially from that like 175 to 200 range, where a lot of these guys are going to have those approach shots into the green. A pretty solid putter. I like him here for the value. 33-1 seems a little disrespectful to me. He's been in high pressure situations. He won, what was it, last year at the Genesis, which is obviously a very high pressure elevated event. He's got a handful of wins on the PGA Tour. at 33 to 1 just seems a little high. So I'll gladly take Homa, put a couple bucks on him. I like him. $20 is going to win you about 660. So yeah, I definitely like the flyer on Homa as well. He's one of the 6 that I have.
Yeah, dude, he's so due. He's so due for I mean, the Masters you're right. That was kind of like his breakout to say, hey, I can compete, I can do this. And he had it until we got that shitty bounce on, what was that, 13?
Yep. Horrible bounce.
Push, which I've never seen anyone hit into that thing and have the ball not come out. So
miserable.
As long as he doesn't do that, he doesn't have a big blow up hole coming down the stretch on Sunday, why not?
Yeah. 33 to 1 all day. I think that's crazy good value for a high level golfer like Max Homa. I think he's just got that dog in him too. I would not be surprised if he won. I really wouldn't.
Yeah. Why not? He's due. Who? Final question I had for you, Stats, is who's your? How do I want to word this? Who's your, everyone's expecting this guy to be up there, and I think he's going to miss the cut by a lot. Who's your Wyndham Clark at the Masters of this tournament?
I'm going to go with Bryson DeChambeau.
I was looking at his name too.
Bryson DeChambeau. He's a guy that I know you're looking at a very long course like this. Obviously, he hits the ball a mile. But I just don't think he's got it. I know he was up there in the Masters a little bit briefly, and then he just kind of collapsed throughout the weekend. I just don't think he's got. And don't get me wrong, he's got a major already, but I think his value is way too low for what it should be. I don't have a lot of high hopes for Bryson this week. I know, it is what it is with him. He drives the ball a mile, and if he's got a 9-iron into greens, it's definitely an advantage. But
a 3D printed 9-iron.
Yeah, I just think he won't be there. I think he misses the cut probably. I don't know if I'm going to bet on it, but I'm not worried about that guy at all. But we'll see. I mean, hell, I could definitely be wrong on Bryson this week. I just don't like him.
He's one or the other, man. He's either, and he tends to always be in it at Augusta. I think he really likes that course, but then it feels like the next major he plays is just wow, he wasn't even close to making the cut.
Yeah.
But
no, I could totally see him going 5-6 over on day one.
Yeah.
Shoot himself way out of the tournament.
He's either up there or he's not, and there's no in between.
No, I agree. You don't see many tied for 34ths out of him. He's either top 7 or he's tied for 100
on his private jet back to Vegas by Friday afternoon.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would say Bryson.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I haven't even looked. Of course, I asked you that, and I didn't even look at the list. John Rahm plus 1,800. I think the live effect has gotten him. I don't think he's practicing as much, probably not playing as much. Just the way he played in the Masters was brutal.
That was terrible.
He made the cut, right? But he barely.
He hardly made the cut, and then his Saturday was 6 over, and his Sunday was
double digits over par.
Yeah, I mean, he just didn't play well, and it's weird with Rahm too, because he's got all the talent in the world to win this golf tournament.
Yeah,
I just think the live effect is tough there. He's not on my card. No. I would maybe be a buyer around 30 to 1 on John Rahm just because of his success, major success. He's still a fantastic golfer. He's taken over Ryder Cups. He's definitely been in that high pressured situation and succeeded. But at 18 to 1 here, I just wouldn't touch him at that number. But hell, who knows? I mean, maybe he fucking shows up this week. I have no idea.
Yeah, he's projected top 5, which is insane to me after jumping to live and then only playing in one tournament with everyone else and having him play as bad as he did. I thought he definitely would have been somewhere at the bottom, but this same guy was number 1 in the world a year ago.
100%. And honestly, if it was like 28 to 30 to 1, I'd probably take him, but I just don't see enough there for me to buy into him this week. But like I've said before, he does have the talent. He's got the talent to win this tournament. But I just don't think he's in form right now. And for those reasons, I'm just not going to touch him.
And for those reasons, I'm out.
For those reasons, I'm out.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, thanks everyone for tuning in to the special edition of 10K Bets for the PGA Championship. We hope that you guys enjoy the weekend. Hopefully it's a great weekend of golf. Sammy Stats, do you have the weather report? What's the weather going to be like? I saw
it should be good. It should be nice weather in Louisville, Kentucky.
No fucking delays, because we all hate the weather delays.
I mean, we know that weather is obviously very hit or miss. One day it could be sunny and then the next day it could be downpouring.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at Louisville for this weekend, nice. And a little showers on Friday, but other than that, it looks good. Saturday, 84 and sunny. Sunday, 84 and sunny. So I don't expect any delays, but again, it is human mother nature, I should say. So, who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. So. Well, then it's open fire for the fellas, and hopefully we just get a good tournament. I just want to see it come down. At the end of the day, it's always about just wanting to watch two guys be tied on 18, maybe 3, maybe 4. Playing out all those different scenarios in your head, get some extra golf, get a playoff, get some important putts. I mean, that's what, at the end of the day, unless any of the guys you're betting on are up there by Sunday, it's like, let's just see a good tournament. That's all we want.
Yeah. No, that's really, it's all about the viewer.
Did I lose you? Did you lose me?
If we can just get like 6 guys within 2 strokes on the back 9,
you there?
It would be crazy. So.
Stats, you there?
Yeah, I'm there. Are you here?
All right. Well, if it's me,
it is.
If you can see me and not Stats, or the other way around. Oh, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh boy. Holy shit. I don't know if you were talking, but I missed.
No, we're good. We were just talking. Hopefully, it's a good golf tournament.
Yeah. Hopefully, we get a good tournament and good weather, and hopefully, it just comes down to the end.
That's right.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll see you next time.